All right, it's 4 o'clock, and I'd like to call today's meeting of the San Bernardino Community College District Board of Trustees to order. Student Trustee Reese Martinez, will you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance? To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'll now move into public comments on agenda and non-agenda items. And just as a reminder, pursuant to Board Policy 2350, any person may speak to the Board of Trustees either on an agenda item or on other matters of interest to the public that are within the subject matter jurisdiction of the Board and before any Board action is taken. Comments must be limited to 3 minutes per speaker and 20 minutes on the same or substantially similar subject unless a majority of the Board votes to extend the time limit. As a matter of policy, Board members may not discuss or respond to matters raised during public comment unless the matters are properly noticed for discussion or action in open session. If you have questions about access or if you require accommodation to participate in the public meeting, please contact the Chancellor's office at 909-388-6903 as far in advance of the board meeting as possible. Do we have any public comments?
We do, sir.
First public comment, Eliseo Lara.
Good evening, everyone, and the Board of Trustees. My name is Eliseo Lara. I am a student at San Bernardino Valley College. As I'm sure we are all aware, due to our recent presidential election, there have been many minority groups that have been targeted and are now in danger of losing their rights and freedom. One of the bigger groups in danger right now is the undocumented community. Within the first day of taking office, our country's president signed 10 executive orders related to immigration, and within them, dozens of policy changes that have already upended the lives of countless people. I bring this up today because San Bernardino County has one of the largest populations of undocumented immigrants in the U.S. Many of your district students and their families are included in this. You all represent this community. In your board's handbook code of ethics, the first code listed states that you are all responsible to, and I quote, act only in the best interests of your entire community. Your community is currently under attack and it needs your help. That is why you should all be in support of SBVC being a sanctuary campus. Be the sanctuary individuals that your community needs. Engage yourselves in the work towards protecting immigrants and your neighbors with a fierce commitment to community, justice, and the dignity of your people. If you are not in support, then I regret to say you should not be in your position. Thank you.
Thank you. Vanessa de la Rosa.
Hi, good evening, everyone, and Board of Trustees. My name is Vanessa, and I am a student at San Bernardino Valley College. I'm here today to ask for your help. I'm asking that you make San Bernardino Valley campus a sanctuary campus. I believe it is necessary to do this so that all students on campus can feel safe. Even if you believe that this isn't an urgent matter, I ask that you change your mind and listen when I say that providing peace of mind for your students is the least we can do. As students of SBVC, it is our responsibility to hold this board accountable, and I ask that each one of you advocate for your students' safety. Make San Bernardino Valley College a sanctuary campus. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Davina Burns-Peters.
Jose, the timer's up there. I'm just kidding. Hi, good evening. I couldn't resist. It's been a while since I've been in front of the mic, but I wanted to take an opportunity this evening to do a couple of things. I wanted to thank you as a board, as a body, for the support that you have provided, just sometimes not so visible, but it's there. And if you know, you know. And if you look for it, you see it. And I've seen that today, and I'm reminded today of that support. And I wanted to recognize, in my position that I'm currently in, I wanted to take a moment and recognize 3 faculty members who have met the qualifications and are going to be conferred tenure on the consent agenda tonight. So the three that I'm going to recognize fall in the Arts and Humanities Division, which I'm currently serving in, and as interim dean. So I will start off with Thomas Berry. So I believe he's in the house tonight. Thomas Berry is our Communication Studies Department. It deserves it. I just want to highlight something about each one of them very quickly. Thomas is serving, so keep in mind, they're getting tenure now, 4 years. He's serving as our curriculum chair. Also as our student learning outcomes and all of our outcomes lead. And I could go on. He's also serving at state level on multiple committees and has already presented at ASCCC. I'm saying that's pretty outstanding work. SBVC is being shown everywhere as well as the district. The next one, before I run out of time, please don't let me run out of time, is Edward Shea, I apologize. From our English department, and I want to highlight, I'm not going to steal the thunder of the next speaker, but I would like to highlight that he has taken over the role of taking care of our Phineas publication, and that is a student publication that comes out every year. It's a huge task, and he has taken that on and has carried that on very, very well. Great opportunity for our students, so thank you, Eddie, for that. And then the last one, but not least, is Rangel Zarate, Dr. Rangel Zarate. And so he is from our English department, and also, again, just here, but he has taken a big leadership role and highly participative in our AAPI committee, or association, affinity groups. So, and there are other things, and again, I won't steal the thunder of the next person. So I just wanted to highlight them, congratulate them publicly from this space that I am living in now, and recognize the hard work that they're doing, and they went in all out from the minute they got here. So thank you, and thank you for your support.
Thank you. Dahim Fazoni?
Good afternoon, honorable members of the board. I'm bringing the thunder. Thank you for not stealing it, Davina. My name is Dahim Fazuni. I'm the faculty chair of the English department here at San Bernardino Valley College. And I'm here tonight to discuss an item on the agenda namely the granting of tenure to the faculty. Tonight, we're granting tenure to 15 faculty at Valley College and at Crafton, 11 at Valley College. The granting of tenure is a time-honored tradition of academic in American academia. In addition to granting academic freedom to the faculty, it cements many times the relationship of the faculty and the college. Almost always, the faculty finish their careers where they get their tenure. That's been the case for many here at Valley College. It's a very long process. It starts with HR collecting the applications, the interview process, and then once they're hired, the journey begins. 4 years of continuous evaluations by their managers and by their peer faculty members. The faculty earning tenure tonight have demonstrated excellence, expertise in their field, excellence in instruction, service to the college, and service to our students. So I want to congratulate all of them who are earning the tenure tonight. More specifically, we have 2 faculty from the English department, and using the parlance of the youth, and they're both young, I'm here to biggie them up. Is that right? Bigging them up. So we have Eddie Shea, as was mentioned, he's taken over the Phineas, and Rangel Zarate. Both of these young men, when they came, they brought a lot of innovation and a lot of energy to our department and to our campus. They have said yes to everything we've asked them to do. So thank you both. Eddie, he took over the journalism classes, and he's ensured that the Arrowhead newspaper, which is an institution of Valley College since 1926, has continued both in digital and print format. Rangel earned his doctoral degree here. As was mentioned, he's involved in AAPI. He's ran multiple cohorts. And both Eddie and Rangel have been heavily involved in our AI policies. They do the research to learn more about AI, and they give us feedback on the best ways to move forward as we address AI. They're both actively involved in campus activities. I would congratulate all of them, and Eddie and Rangel in particular, and I look forward to many, many years of working with both of them. Thank you so much.
Thank you. At this time, I would like to ask if staff has any clarification to present.
Thank you, Trustee Gonzalez. really want to take an opportunity to share information about how our college and our district has supported our undocumented persons, our LGBTQ plus community, as well as all who are seeking education through our district and our campus. It became really evident at the elections in November, and subsequently when we came back in January, that there was a real sense of uncertainty, a real sense of instability and a fear of the unknown. And this college and our district took immediate action to learn more and to gather folks, and immediately created a work group, primarily from our affinity groups, that came together and said, we need to do something for our students and for the communities that we serve. And from that, when we came back in January, that was led by our Vice President of Student Services, Yvonne Gutierrez Sandoval, and we put things into place, knowing that we had to share communication, both in written format and video messaging, really reaffirming our values and sharing that we are an open access college, we are an open access district, and we are going to be here to stand by everyone who seeks our doors for education. Having said that, the steps that we have taken in collaboration, there have been a number of forums that have taken place, training at the district level, partnerships with local nonprofit and community organizations. We participated in statewide webinars. We've been at the forefront of responding to the needs of our students and the needs of our community. And I think the important takeaway is that we continue to reaffirm our values, our core values, in believing that we foster a sense of belonging for the communities that we serve. There have been a number of things that we have done directly in securing the financial aid for our students, making additional basic needs grants available in the form of emergency assistance and gift cards, really providing additional training and know your rights for our students and our campus community, and providing additional red cards and posters. There's some in our room today that you have available, these yellow cards as well. And I think it's a real reaffirmation of who we are as a college and who we are as a district. I also want to acknowledge and thank the faculty and the staff and the classified professionals and the management team who have come together not just to talk about it, but to put into action our values and to provide resources. And a big part of that was our campus police, and our campus police participating in those forums and ensuring that we're going to be here to be guardians of the community. So there's more that we can share, and a lot of it has been communicated in written format, but we really want our campus community to know, and the community to know, that we are here to serve them.
Thank you. Alexander Beachco.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good afternoon, members of the board. Thank you for the opportunity to speak today. My name is Dr. Alexander Beachco, and I stand before you to address the recommendation for my non-reelectment. I respectfully urge the board to carefully consider the procedural error that has led to this situation and the unjust outcome it has produced. On December 12th, 2024, I was offered the benefit of participating in an improvement plan under Article 16E 7E of the CBA. This offer was unusual for a probationary employee. Nevertheless, I accepted the offer in good faith and agreed to a detailed list of remedial actions. By offering this improvement plan, the district acknowledged that I was entitled to an opportunity to address any identified deficiencies before a tenure-related decision was made. And despite my acceptance of the plan and my commitment to fulfilling these agreed-upon actions, the district denied tenure while the improvement plan was still in effect, which is a clear procedural error. The district cannot reasonably offer an improvement plan and then deny tenure before the plan has been implemented and evaluated. This amounts to a misapplication of policy and misinterpretation of procedure under Administrative Procedure 7216 and Education Code 87610.1. The denial of my grievance at the informal level reflects this misstep, and the decision failed to address the core issue, that the district reneged on its commitment to the improvement plan, and instead, the denial stated that there is no legal basis for requiring a second performance evaluation. Overlooking the fact that the improvement plan itself created a reasonable expectation for such an evaluation before my tenure decision was made. My record of service and contributions to Crafton Hills College reflect a deep commitment to student success and institutional improvement. During my time with Crafton, I've successfully onboarded strong workforce allocation funds to enhance development and improvement of laboratory technology within the Biological Sciences Division. I've assisted in increasing Associate of Science and Associate of Science for transfer degree completion rates within the Biology Division nearly twofold since the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic. I've helped close the equity gap for our Black and African American students in anatomy and biological sciences and reduce the disproportionate impact for Hispanic students from 12% to 7%. I've also modernized the biology curriculum to align with current industry standards and improve student preparedness for advanced studies and professional opportunities. These accomplishments reflect my dedication to fostering academic excellence and equity to Crafton Hills College. It is difficult to reconcile these tangible successes with the decision to deny tenure, especially when the district had already committed to providing me with a pathway for improvement with this extra contractual offer. My request is simple and fair, and I ask that the board reverse the decision to deny my tenure, and I also request a 5th year of employment and a subsequent performance evaluation under the terms of the district's extra contractual offer. The district has acknowledged the need to clarify contract language for the 4th year probationary employees whose evaluations indicate the need for improvement. It's unfair and unreasonable for me to bear the consequences of that procedural gap when the district made a clear commitment to an improvement plan. I urge the board to uphold the integrity of this process and to ensure that the district honors its commitments. Granting a 5th year of employment and a subsequent evaluation would not only provide a fair resolution, but also reinforce the district's commitment to procedural consistency and employee support. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Dr. Beachko,
Yes.
in response to your request under Government Code Section 54957, one of the matters under Public Employee Discipline, Dismissal, Release, Non-Reemployment will be moved now to open session for reading of the proposed action. The administration may present its recommendation in open session and give the employee, 5 minutes, which you have just done. Then we will later today convene into closed session. So would you like to continue with the reading of the proposed action at this time?
Yes, I would.
Chancellor? Okay, you've been given written notice of the administration's recommendation that you be non-re-elected at the conclusion of the current academic year, and the following are the specific reasons and recommendation for your non-re-election.
The recommendations are as follows. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees approve resolution number 2025-03-13HR01 to non-reelect Alex Beachko, a 4th year probationary academic employee. Pursuant to Education Code Section 87607, before making a determination, the Board of Trustees must ensure that the employee has undergone an evaluation in accordance with the district established standards. As outlined in Education Code Section 87660, the Board of Trustees has received Mr. Beachko's most recent evaluation and relevant documentation for review. Additionally, Section 87607 requires the Board of Trustees to consider recommendations from both the district's lead administrator and the college president, if applicable. Accordingly, the Board of Trustees has been provided the Chancellor's recommendation, which incorporates the recommendation of Crafton Hills College's president. To ensure compliance with Section 87607, all pertinent information will be reviewed in a lawfully convened Board of Trustees meeting on March 13, 2025. For the convenience of the Board of Trustees, the relevant documentation has been organized for reference during the meeting. The Chancellor's recommendation to the Board of Trustees is on page 2 of that memo dated March 13, 2025. Additional attachments include 1, evaluation packet of Alexander Beachko dated December 12, 2024. Crafton Hills College Tenure Review Committee recommendation dated February 6, 2025. Crafton Hills College President recommendation dated February 13, 2025. and 4, the faculty contract Article 16 evaluation procedure. Please note that items are confidential as they are personnel records. As a reminder, discussions regarding this matter must take place only at the scheduled Board of Trustees closed session meeting. The Chancellor of the San Bernardino Community College District recommends to the Board of Trustees, pursuant to Education Code Sections 87607 and 87610, that the district not reemploy Alexander Beachco, employee number 30365, as a tenured employee of the district for the 25-26 academic year. The recommending of non-election of Mr. Beachco is due to his failure to meet the district's expectations during the probationary period. This decision is based on the most recent evaluation and recommendation of the Tenure Review Committee in accordance with the collective bargaining agreement and supporting documentation. The recommendation also incorporates the recommendation of Crafton Hills College President. All relevant recommendations and supporting documents are enclosed. Furthermore, it is recommended that the Board of Trustees directs the Chancellor and/or designee to have sent notice to Mr. Beachco that he will not be reemployed for the 25-26 academic year.
As noted, the proposed action is based on the recommendations of the district and college administration based on the information received from the Tenure Review Committee. Do you wish to continue with the readout of the recommendation of the Crafton Hills College President?
I do.
Chancellor.
In a memo dated February 13th, 2025, from President Haran, I am writing to inform you that I have received from the Crafton Hills College Tenure Review Committee recommendations on the attached February 7th, 2025 memo to deny awarding tenure to you at the completion of your 4th-year contract. The recommendation of the Tenure Review Committee was submitted pursuant to Article 16, Evaluation Procedure, Section H, subsection 3C of the SBCCD TA Collective Bargaining Agreement 2022-2025, which requires that the Tenure Review Committee recommend, in case of the bargaining unit members for whom improvement is needed or does not meet expectations in the 4th year, in lieu of an improvement plan, the Tenure Review Committee will review the 4th-year evaluation and consider all previous contract evaluations for the determination to recommend or not recommend tenure. I have completed my review of the process and documentation associated with your tenure review and have concluded that the committee's recommendation was an appropriate decision based on the relevant information. I therefore accept the committee's recommendation that you will be denied tenure and be dismissed at the conclusion of your 4th year of service. As a result, I will be notifying the Chancellor and the San Bernardino Community College District Board of Trustees that your service with Crafton Hills College will be terminated at the conclusion of your 4th year contract at the end of spring 2025 academic term. Formal action will be taken by the Board of Trustees at the March 13, 2025 board meeting. If you believe that there are any missteps or errors in the application of the Article 16 procedures, I encourage you to contact your association representative to determine whether a grievance would be appropriate. We wish you the best of luck in future endeavors.
As should be noted, this is not intended to be an evidentiary hearing, but a separate right which you have invoked pursuant to the Education Code. Following the open session portion of the meeting, the board will convene into closed session for deliberation and vote on the matter as agendized, which will be reported out in accordance with the Brown Act. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll now move on to item 4, presentations. A, the Citizens Bond Oversight Annual Report. Dr. Averill.
Good evening, members of the board and the audience. I'm Dr. Don Averill. I had the pleasure of serving this district for 8 years as your chancellor, and now serve as the chair of the oversight committee. We had a wonderful activity take place last week with the opening of the new training center, one that I'm very happy to have come. Many of you in this room know that my major background was in vocational education, and to see that facility open was marvelous to me. And I appreciate the effort that this district has taken to make that building a reality, and love the process that you're going through to continue to improve vocational education and training in this community. One of the major great purposes of our presentation from the Oversight Committee is to ensure that the process of operation follows the guidelines of the law, that the money being spent is being spent as it was intended in the bond when it went to vote, and to ensure that the funds are not being spent to pay for administrative costs and other things. I want to assure you that that was accomplished, that you had a very clean audit. I'm very familiar with ID and Bailey because we use them for our audits at the Diocese of San Bernardino and one other organization that I belong to. And they are a very good company, and they have assured us that there are absolutely no issues on this particular review, and you have a very clean audit, and I appreciate that. As you know, we also have given you a report on the activities that are taking place currently on each of the campuses. We have a very aggressive building process in place, and it is moving forward. And with that, I will let you know that the Oversight Committee has accepted the report and is forwarding it to the board for your approval.
Thank you very much. I just got to say, having been at the opening last week of the Applied Tech building, this bond is absolutely transformative for our students. And we're just at the very beginning of that transformation. So it's going to be an exciting couple of years as these projects come online. So thank you to everyone at the Citizen Bond Oversight Committee for helping us out with that. Now we'll move on to the San Bernardino Valley College Foundation presentation. Mr. Lane.
Excuse me, Board of Trustees, Chancellor Rodriguez, cabinet members, thank you for the opportunity to present the following update today on the San Bernardino Valley College Foundation. Okay, if I can get the clip, there it goes. There's our mission, but our mission is basically, to sum it up, we are here for the students of the college and the college itself. We work vigorously to raise money for our students and the programs on campus, and we do that through good stewardship of the funds and working with our partners out in the community. Oops, here we go. Here's our current foundation board. Justin Martinez is our foundation president. George San Martin is our foundation vice president. We currently, I don't want to repeat every name here, we have 26 at-large members on our board of directors, and there's the more comprehensive list right there. A lot of them have deep ties to this campus and community. Our foundation staff has recently grown. We were a staff of 2 forever until last July when we hired an assistant director, and this past January when we hired 2 full-time development coordinators. And I was hoping our 5 of the 6 foundation staff are here today. If you could stand up to be recognized. And they're all products of Valley College. They've either graduated from here or taken classes here at Valley College. So very happy to have this very robust team. We're doing bigger and better efforts going forward. Some of our updates, I think the last presentation was to the board here was probably about 8 years ago. So I want to kind of give you a perspective on how we've grown over that eight years. So at the end of 2017, 2018, Net assets were 4.4 million. Today, they're over 9.5 million, so that's more than doubled. Revenue at the end of 2017, 2018 was just under 500,000. And then this past year, at the end of June 30th, it was over 2.1 million. Total scholarships awarded on average was about $200,000 a year back in 2017, 2018, 2019. This year, we're on track to exceed 600,000, which means we've awarded at least $500,000 for the past 4 consecutive years. And then the average individual scholarship award has increased from $250 per student approximately to well over $700 per student. One of the things I'm most proud of is the employee giving program has grown from $600 a month to today to over $3,000 a month. And that's all the employees here at Valley College and including some employees at the district office. We're in the middle of updating our 5-year strategic plan. That'll be done by the end of this calendar year. We've produced over $5 million in grant revenues over the last 5 years. Generated $250,000 in revenue from the last gala event in 2024. And again, we've increased our staffing to 6 full-time staff. We're currently focused on building out a planned giving program and launching a major gift campaign around the gala event, which will take place on March 27th, 2026. We're also redesigning our logo. That's it up top. And we're doing more alumni outreach, and so we're working on our logo, as you can see down below. That's what it will look like going into the future. Some of our upcoming events that we have on the calendar, we're doing more work to ramp up our alumni development, keeping in touch with our alumni, keeping them in the loop on what's going on campus. So we have a mixer planned in April. We'll be offering plan giving workshops to employees and staff, probably twice this year. Donor recognition and scholarship award ceremony, that'll take place on May 6th. And then the 100th Centennial Gala event, that is again a year from this month, so it's March 27th, 2026, and that is on a Friday. And we will be relaunching the Athletics Hall of Fame event in the fall of 2026. We're also ramping up, instead of doing a quarterly e-newsletter, we're going to be doing a monthly newsletter called Wolverine Way that will highlight upcoming events in that newsletter, and it will be intended to keep our donors and alumni looped in on what's going on campus and keeping them engaged. Everything we do here at the foundation aligns with the district goals, from the scholarships that we give out to the programs we help bring in instructional tools into the classroom, to the meetings we go out in the community. We're members of Inland Action the last 4 years, and we're also members of the local 4 chambers of commerce, San Bernardino, Colton, Redlands, and recently Highland. And then our fiscal accountability piece, where our financial statements are audited annually, and we provide strategic planning updates to our board members monthly. And I want to devote my last several minutes to one of our student success stories. I'm going to ask Cynthia De Los Santos to come up. She's a graduate of Valley College in 2015 and also a past recipient of foundation scholarships.
Hi, everybody. My name is Cynthia De Los Santos, and I am a single parent, first generation poor student. And I graduated from Valley College around 2015 from the aeronautics program, but then I came back for engineering. And one of the things that I did when I came back is I didn't claim my FAFSA because I knew I was going to graduate and transfer, and I wanted to be able to afford that. And I'm the type of student that when I was in classes, I would take pictures of my books or like borrow them. And school supplies are a luxury. So I wasn't able to, like, my STEM degree requires a really expensive graphene colored calculator, lots of graphene paper, line paper, fancy pencils, polymer erasers, things that I would have never used before in the foundation. Although I could have graduated with using the pencils that I get at the resource fairs for free, it really took a burden off of me, and it made my stay here a lot easier, and I was able to succeed. I also bought cheat sheets from the bookstore that were not included even after we got the free books, and I still have those cheat sheets to this day. I collected all the calculus and physics, and I still reference them right now. So thank you. Thank you for helping me graduate.
Thank you. So I just wanted to sum it up by saying we've had phenomenal growth, and we look forward to more growth in the coming years. We have the staffing in place to make it happen, and we appreciate the support and the vision from the Board of Trustees and the Chancellor and President Contreras to help make all of that happen. So thank you.
Thank you so much. You guys are doing amazing work. Quick before we get into the approval of minutes, I just want to acknowledge Women's History Month this month and all the amazing contributions that women on our campuses are making.
And just real quick, congratulations, young lady. As a single parent myself, I know how it goes. I'm so proud of you. Keep going. Keep going.
All right, we'll move into Section 5, approval of minutes. The February 13th, 2025 Board Business Meeting minutes and the February 27th, 2025 Board Strategy Session. Do we have a motion to approve the minutes?
Second. You can give it to Trustee Reyes.
Oh, I heard you first.
Okay.
All right, so we have a motion by Trustee Aguilera with a second by Trustee Betters. Is there any discussion on the minutes? There is none. We'll move on to electronic vote, at least according to my script. There we go. It's not on my screen. Oh, there we go. All right. Everybody good? Tap it. There we go.
Can we be sure that the voting screens are working at the trustees'
Did you get yours, Heather?
stations, please?
Okay. Frank, did you get yours? Okay. Trustee Betters, we're still missing.
I believe on this side of the dais, it isn't, they're not working.
Tap the screen and see if it changes.
Technology tried to get us.
All right, one, two.
Sorry about that, fellas. Tap the screen.
Put my glasses back on. I can't see the screen. How do I Trustee Houston's like not green? No, I know it's up there. All right. It looks like everybody voted, and it's 9 votes in favor, so that the motion carries.
Says 8.
Very confusing. All right. But it passed. How about that? Okay. We'll move on to item 6, recognition and celebrations, applause cards. Congrats to everyone recognized with applause cards. Retirement recognition, Chancellor.
Yes. So Maria Valdez, professor of psych technology here at Valley College. After 9 years of service to the district, Maria has submitted her letter of intent to retire effective June 30th, 2025. She began her employment with SBCCD as a psychiatric technology instructor at Valley and remained in that position her entire career with us. The commitment and dedication that she has shown to student success is truly just unwavering. The district is grateful for her years of service, and we wish her all the best in the next chapter.
Yeah, congratulations. All right, we'll now move on to the action agenda. A, approval of the Facilities Master Plan 2025-2037.
Move
Seems like a
approval.
long way.
Second.
All right, we have a motion by Trustee Houston and a second by Trustee Longville. Is there any discussion? If there being none, we'll call for the vote. So student trustees, if you'll first cast your votes first. Is that all 8? Okay. We have 8 votes up there, and so,
You have 7 votes. There we go.
let's see, well, now it says 9,
Now you
right?
have 8.
So, wait, oh, it must be like vote, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it skips 5. Is that you? Are you?
Possible.
I think it.
See why I'm confused?
It's the, yeah, I think it's the,
All right,
but-
so we have 8 yes votes and no votes. So the motion to approve the master plan passes. All right. B, conduct a public hearing in accordance with Government Code 4217. So pursuant to Government Code 4217, we'll open a public hearing to adopt a resolution determining that the energy services contract proposed by SiteLogic, Inc. from Ontario, California corresponds to the following findings. 1, the cost of the contract is less than the anticipated energy cost savings from the contract under California Government Code Section 4217.12 per the attached. And 2, the proposed contract is otherwise in the best interests of the San Bernardino Community College District. Do we have any public comment on this item?
No, sir.
All right. So I'll close the public hearing. And next, we'll move on to the adoption of resolution number 2025-0313 FP01 to approve an energy service agreement. Do we have a motion for approval?
second.
So we have a motion by trustee Longville with a second by trustee Houston. Is there any discussion? Being none, we'll go ahead and cast our votes. All right, all the votes are in, and it looks like that the motion to adopt the resolution passes unanimously. Item D, 2025 California Community College, oh, what's this? What is with us and all these acronyms? The CCCT. Board election. Do we have a motion on the CCT board election nominations?
I would like to move to nominate.
Could you speak into the mic, John?
Would like to move to nominate the following 4 candidates: Jose Alcala, Inez De Luna, Shin Louis, and Tammy Silver. They are respectively from Riverside Community College District, Napa Valley, Cerritos, and Pasadena.
Do we have a second on that slate of candidates?
Second.
Reyes? Okay. All right, we have a motion for those candidates by trustee Longville with a second by trustee Reyes. Is there any discussion? If there's no discussion, move on to our electronic votes. And the motion passes unanimously. E, endorse nomination of the 2025 Classified Employee of the Year Award. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Who was the second?
Houston, I was trying to go really fast.
I
So I got my,
think
so I beat somebody. Did somebody else beat me?
I think student trustee Nutter got to you.
Oh, okay. I will accept that.
All right, so we have a motion by trustee Betters and a second by student trustee Nutter. Is there any discussion? All right, if there being none, we'll go ahead and cast our votes. And the motion to approve the endorsement nomination of 2025 Classified Employee of the Year Award passes unanimously. All right, we'll move on to the consent agenda, which is expected to be routine and non-controversial and will be acted upon by the board at one time without discussion. Any member of the board, staff member, or citizen may request that an item be removed from this section for discussion. Are there any items to pull? We have a motion to adopt. Do we have a second? Okay. So a motion by trustee Longville and a second by trustee Aguilera. Is there any discussion? Let's move on to our vote. And the consent calendar is approved unanimously. We'll now move on to item 9, reports. Board, committee, and activity reports. Trustee Houston, the Board Finance Committee.
All right, so our Board Finance Committee met today. We convened at 1 o'clock and did something a little bit different, and it really is related to a couple of the actions that we just took this evening, including the minutes from our February 27th meeting, where we had our first reading of our facilities master plan and really the vision for the next 10 to 12 years on where we want to be as a district. And then, of course, we took action to approve that just right now. So related to that, we were able to tour some of our facilities, some of our properties that we already have purchased or are in the process of purchasing, to really begin to set the vision for ourselves of like what this space could look like, what it could be for our community to actualize what's in our master plan. So it was a great opportunity for us to see that and see what are currently empty lots and the proximity to the lots to the campuses, and really have some opportunity to maybe feel how close we are to some of these elements. So it was really a nice opportunity. We braved the weather, so I want to thank everybody who was on the tour and participated in that, including our drivers and the entire team that organized it, because it was extremely efficient, and given all the weather conditions, appreciated that. And then once we got back to campus, we took advantage of being here at Valley College today, and we got to tour several of the sites and the classrooms on this campus, including the biology department, where we got to visit the Natural History Collection and Museum, which I had never seen before, and incredible to see what the students are doing and have the students explain what they're doing to us. Right there, no script. Like, we all have scripts and notes and things. It was like, no, this is what they do on the daily, and it was very clear. From there, we went into the microbiology lab and got to see a full lab of completely engaged students who, for the most part, when the question was asked, they're preparing for careers in allied health, careers in nursing. So we are in great hands, those of us who are of the vintage who might need nursing assistants soon. Right? I mean, oh my gosh, thank you. And one of the great things, I think, well, I don't know, I don't want to speak for everybody, but I walked away with, I did not know that when you put hydrogen peroxide on a wound and it foams, that's not a good thing. I always thought, oh, that's good, it's doing something magical. And I learned today that's not the truth. And I also learned, let me use other acronyms, TMI, but I also learned that UTIs have bacteria that have tails, which is why they spread so quickly.
Beautiful report, Dr.
I know, but I can, anyway, TMI. It was amazing. From there, we went to, we went to the arts after. I'm sorry, I'm taking too much time, but this is like so cool to me. So then we went to the, I'm sorry, I'm really going off here. But then we went to the arts, and there's such a connection between science and art. Right? So science is about hypothesis and making mistakes, right? And so we're trying to figure out where the mistakes are. And art is knowing the mistakes to keep. And so I love that we were able to kind of have the juxtaposition of science and art. We went straight into art. We got to see the facility that is our Grisham Gallery. So we got to see what's on display at the gallery. We got amazing bags with lots of information. We got to learn really the connection too that we're making very intentionally around wellness and the arts, and the role that the arts play in our overall wellness and well-being, and that was pretty incredible. And then we got to finish out our tour with the glass blowing lab, and we got to see demonstration of glass blowing, which I personally have never seen. Maybe in the window at Main Street on Disney when they have the little teeny tiny glass. But this was like across the entire lab, and the connection to what we're doing in that lab to workforce and economic development, strong workforce programs, and really the parallel, in my brain at least, to manufacturing, in that maybe for me is more familiar, maybe some of the welding applications and the connection to manufacturing, not so familiar the glass blowing applications in manufacturing, including for medical devices and the like, and the strong connection to industry. And we are one of very, very few programs in the country, and certainly in our state. So it was pretty incredible. That's what we did on our tour today, and I want to thank everybody who participated. I promise I was listening very intently, and it was very impactful, and seeing it made such a difference. So thank you, President Contreras, who toured us, and all of the things related to what we learned today. And apologies for going a little long. Sorry, not sorry. Thank you.
TMI. No, I'm kidding. No, I too would like to thank everyone who was involved with today's tours, because it was really fascinating and impactful to see all of this stuff actually in action. So really, really great. The Board Legislative Committee, Trustee Reyes.
We didn't have a formal meeting because we wanted to give our other committee the opportunity to do what I thought was very good, to visit the sites. I can tell you that our members can totally support what we saw. There's a vision, and if there's a vision, it could happen. How does it happen? It doesn't happen that way. So the legislative committee will be working very hard to make sure that we get funds for that, because you can have a dream, but it doesn't come true. So our elected officials, and I want to thank the chancellor also for setting the tone for this, meeting with elected officials, the mayors and so forth. They're going to have to play an important role in helping us out when we see this vision about the housing, the new buildings, the spaces that we have to buy. It's going to take several millions of dollars. So we were very happy to be part of that. We're very happy that we're going to support it. But I also say that everybody's going to have to play a major role in this, from the cities to the county. We've already made a recommendation to the county. We're waiting to see if we're going to get that. I think it's $10 million. I think we should bring it up to 15 now with what we saw from the state and from the federal. So we're in line to make sure that our views, our dreams can come true, so that our students, not only our students, our communities, I'm sure all of you are aware that there's a lot of growth that takes place in any community when you establish or you place a college or university there. It blossoms. Economy goes up and so forth. So that's what we're hoping with the dream that Jose is putting together, and Diana and all that we can make it happen. And I keep saying that San Bernardino Community College District is a visionary, and we are. We are doing a great job, and let's just continue to work together and solicit the support of when we go to Washington, when we go to Sacramento, and we go to the county. So all of them are going to play an important role. And this is all for the benefit of our students, so they can. The community is also going to benefit tremendously, because we saw some terrible things in terms of the properties are all beat up and all that. I think that the community should pay us to be able to do that, because we're going to enrich the environment. And then I know that we're going to do the geography or the landscape. It's going to be tremendous. So I think we're going to have some partners. I think they're going to accept us very well, and they're going to support us. And that, again, it's the leadership of administrators and then our board. And even our students are, I told them that if they will be willing, after they graduate, they said that they're willing to do a donation or a contribution, ongoing contribution, right? Yeah, sure. He says, I don't know yet, but anyway, it was a good meeting. Trustees Houston, I think that we worked together, and that's why I was willing to not have a regular meeting. And for those of you who did not go, like Joseph didn't go, and you didn't go, John didn't go, please make sure, because I was impressed too. I thought it was a tiny little place. I mean, no, we have like several acres. So we have a lot of money that we have to get from the people to make it happen. But I think that we're in a very, very good position. So I want to thank the leadership. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Yeah, there's a lot of opportunity. I have no report for the Board Policy and Procedures Ad Hoc Committee, and I'm going to guess that we probably don't have a report for the Board of Governors. So Trustee Houston, is there a Joint Powers Authority report?
The only thing I'll say is that we did receive our new apparatus at the San Bernardino Regional Emergency Training Center, and we are working on a date for a push out, which is a term I was not aware of, but it's when you have a new apparatus to celebrate that. So a little bit like a ribbon cutting. So we're working on dates for that. That concludes my report.
Thank you. All right, we'll move on to item 9B, the Chancellor's report.
Thank you, and good afternoon, everyone. First off, again, I just want to start by thanking President Contreras and everyone here at San Bernardino Valley College for welcoming us today. We know it's not always easy, and we've spent most of the day here on your campus, and hopefully we were not too disruptive to the instruction. But there's always such great energy here on the campus with the students, the faculty, the staff, and the administration. So again, thank you for having us, and we look forward to being at Crafton next month. Like many of you, I've been following the national dialogue on how colleges can advance diversity, equity, and inclusion. And at SBCCD, we believe that everyone succeeds when they feel like they belong and are respected. Right. That's why we're promoting inclusion as one of our top district goals. Right. I want to take a moment to thank the students, the faculty, and staff for their work in creating a stronger sense of community and belonging with a lot of the items that were mentioned by President Contreras right after public comments. You know, many of you have taken part in the workshops, the training, the conversations about how to ensure our undocumented students feel safe and how do they feel supported. And much of those workshops, right, were through the efforts of Vice Chancellor Hannon's group and with the help of the colleges to be sure that we reach as many individuals as we can. We've also been following the guidance of the California Attorney General to protect students' privacy, including safeguarding their financial aid information and information about their immigration status. Each of our campuses has a designated Dreamers Resource Student Liaison, and we're proud to partner with TODEC, right, Legal Services, to offer free legal assistance, and I want to underscore free legal assistance to students, faculty, and staff who have immigration-related questions. And as President Contreras also said, to further support campus safety, we developed this simple yellow cards. You'll see them right around. We printed thousands of these, outlining 3 steps to follow if an immigration officer comes to campus. If such a situation arises, right, please do not intervene directly. Instead, contact, right, district campus police to ensure everyone's safety. And it's as simple as only 3 steps with these cards. So if you are in need of these cards, please reach out to your president's office. Please reach out to the DSO. We'll be sure that you get all that you need. And just as we're focused on a safe and welcoming campus, we're also helping students get ready for well-paying jobs, well-paying careers. And again, I want to congratulate, and I think they've been congratulated so many times, San Bernardino Valley College on the grand opening of their Applied Technology building this past Thursday. It was impressive. Well done. Over 300 community, education, and industry partners joined us on that very cold and wet night, but it was so incredible. We were honored to hear the keynote address of the California Labor and Workforce Development Agency Secretary, Stuart Knox, and I will tell you, he was incredibly impressed by the building with the information that we sent him. He actually rearranged some things on his calendar, flew in just a little bit before the event and had to exit right afterwards to meet all of his commitments, but we thank him for being here, and he promised that it would not be his last visit, so we're going to hold him to that. And as many of you know, we have apprenticeship programs where students learn by doing. They work with industry professionals while gaining that hands-on experience that most of our employers are asking for. So just really quick to share some of the examples of the apprenticeships that we offer. There's the automotive heavy medium truck technology. Students are working with Omnitrans, direct truck and auto repair, and BMW. BMW? We need to ask BMW, Frank, for donations, right?
Cut the check.
Healthcare pathways, nursing students can move from LVN to RN by working with providers like Group Healthcare, Del Rosa Villa, Riverside Post-Acute, Harupa Post-Acute Pharmacy Tech, Social and Human Services, and paramedic training, and the list goes on. Not to mention our partners in the K-12 that offer pre-apprenticeship programs. So we're excited these programs help students prepare for careers and in education and to build their job skills. So also, finally, a big shout out to the SBCCD men's basketball team. They're in a tournament that starts, I think they just had tip-off at 5 o'clock. They are playing in the Elite Eight Conference. So big congratulations to Coach Brewer and the team. I am confident they're going to be playing on Sunday for the state title. And that is my report.
Thank you, Chancellor. Now we'll move on to item 9C, our represented groups, and I'll invite the Crafton Hills College Academic Senate.
Is it on? Yeah, it is. Good evening, everyone. I wanted to say thank you to Valley for hosting this. It's always nice to come over and just see this campus. And then we look forward to hosting you at Crafton next month. Yes, I'm assuming that's where it is. I will say that I had to, when I was driving, I was like, drive to Valley, drive to Valley, drive to Valley. Don't go to the district. Valley. So I made it. I went to the right place. Anyway, just a few little updates. I also wanted to just publicly recognize the faculty from Crafton who will be receiving tenure. So Natalie Lopez from the library also has been very, very active in Senate. Ed Ferrari from English, Butch Zine from ASL, and Yuki Smith from Art. So we are very, very proud of them. It's always such a great time when we are able to confer, or you guys can confer, tenure on these faculty members. So just a couple things that we've been working on at Senate. One of the things that we have been looking at is updating our academic renewal policy. And so there had been some issues that it maybe wasn't really clear, or it wasn't really easy for students to be able to do this. And so we've been working as a Senate to make this an easier process, make it more clear. And I believe we're in line with Valley's as well, and in line with more the community colleges in the area. So that is one thing we have definitely been working on. We had a presentation from Timely Care, who it's a 24/7 mental health service. Really, really informative, very, very interesting presentation that they came and gave at Crafton. So this was something that we really are going to be making sure our students know about to access mental health care if they need it. Obviously, this is Women's History Month, so we've been having some great activities going on at Crafton. Went to a talk with one of the EMS, the director of EMS or paramedics at San Manuel. Absolutely fascinating, just so empowering to listen to her. And I know they have a whole host of things that are going on this month, so I just want to give a shout out to all of those who are organizing it. They're doing a great job. And then the other just thing, which I'm sure Kevin probably will talk about a little bit, or Dr. Rand, sorry, I always forget. We did have the dual enrollment PRT team came. They met with members of the Senate. They met with chairs. They met with counselors to just just kind of get some information about what's really working in our dual enrollment program and what are some of our challenges. And they will be returning then to kind of have more dialogue, more discussion about maybe some things we can do. But it was a really good discussion, I think, to have. It showed that there are actually a lot of positives and that we really are committed to doing dual enrollment. And then there's just a few little pieces that we might like to fix and work on to make it a little bit more sustainable for faculty. But that's it. I think those are the main highlights that we've had from the last month. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor McLaren. Crafton Hills College Classified Senate. No report? Crafton Hills College Associated Students.
Okay, good evening. Let's see. Okay, I just have to make sure I can reach it. So for the Student Senate, for our fiscal accountability and stability goal, we recently used our funds for the February 13th Club Rush. We used all of the food truck food that we paid for, which was awesome. We also used it for prizes for the costume contest and the club booth contest. And recently we have had clubs coming to the Student Senate to request funds, which has not been something that's done in the past year as far as I'm aware. So Music Club came to request funds for reimbursement for their recent field trip that we also funded. And the Gaming Club got funds for their upcoming Mario Kart tournament. For the Leader and Partner in Addressing Regional Issues section, so for General Assembly, we finalized the students who are being sent, with our total coming out to 11 students. We are very proud to be sending so many students to GA, especially since it's so close here in LA this year. They will be learning more about how the SSCCC works at a state level, going to various workshops to gain new knowledge, and voting on resolutions that have been presented at the conference. In Crafton ourselves, we are presenting 2 of our own resolutions, with the LIFT Language Initiative for Future Talent being put on the consent agenda. And then lastly, for the diverse, equitable, inclusive, and anti-racist institution goal, we have had a large increase in students coming to our Student Senate who want to be involved on campus, whether that be as a member or a senator themselves. So we had Tammy Charette move up to Sustainability Director, and Matthew Riddle and Cohen Diaz have been added as Senators at Large, and William Correa has been added as a Senate member. They all have very diverse backgrounds and worldviews, and they are very valuable additions to the Senate. And that is all for this month. Thank you.
Thank you very much. For the San Bernardino Valley College Academic Senate.
Hi, welcome for those that haven't been to Valley, and welcome back to those that have been at San Bernardino Valley College. So I'm very glad to have you guys. I just want to start off too with, I was honored. Just met a student here right now next to me. Her name is Martha. She's part of the Ideas Club here on San Bernardino Valley College, which is part of the undocumented students. And I was able to talk to her and collaborate, hopefully in our next meetings with our VPSS, regarding how to update our SALA website, which is for helping all students be inclusive, the diversity, the anti-racism. So I'm really happy to start working with some of those students and getting exactly what their needs are and what they're asking for. So very happy with that. So it was nice meeting you, Martha. I also wanted to highlight 3 key items from Academic Senate. First being, we've granted Professor Emeritus status to Dr. John Stanskis in recognition of his outstanding contributions, distinguished service, and lasting impact on San Bernardino Valley College and the California Community College system. An excellent example of our 10+1 responsibility over academic rank advancement. Second, our recent Grad Check Fest was tremendously successful with 320 graduation applications submitted in one day, a 99.3 satisfaction rate, demonstrating our faculty and staff's dedication to student success. Finally, we're proud that Dr. Rangel Zarate will represent SBVC at the National Conference on Race and Ethnicity in Higher Education with his presentation on empowering Filipino Americans through photo voice. We successfully hosted the ASCCC Spring Curriculum Regional Meeting here, bringing together academic Senate leaders from across the region to discuss curriculum development, one of our core 10+1 areas. Our Raising Scholars project continues to make significant impact, with Counselor Frank Dunn recently conducting outreach to approximately 150 at-risk students, demonstrating our commitment to creating educational pathways for vulnerable populations. I appreciate the board's continued support for these important academic initiatives, and before I conclude, congratulations to our faculty who have gained tenure status. Thank you.
Thank you. San Bernardino Valley College Classified Senate. No report today? All right. How about the San Bernardino Valley College Associated Students? All right, moving on to CSEA. No report here either? Okay. How about CTA?
Well, what an exciting time. Hello, everyone. Good evening, Board of Trustees, Chancellor Dr. Rodriguez, campus presidents, senior district leaders. I'm Jeff Dembski. I'm the Faculty Union President. CTA would like to thank all the stakeholders who helped Valley College open its new Applied Technology building last week. I watched the ribbon cutting / push out on the internet. Valley College Applied Technology faculty, especially in the culinary arts, automotive, HVAC, welding, aeronautics, and glassblowing, are central to our region's workforce development. In many cases, it's the only game in town. The faculty who teach these disciplines really do appreciate the board's support in making sure that we're teaching in state-of-the-art institutional spaces. That is a way in which the district gives back, and we're certainly aware of it. I've been here 15 years. I'm not that far off. We've opened 15 new buildings. It's a real investment. It's a real community investment, as Trustee Reyes mentioned, of course. It helps to grow. And your commitment to hiring local contractors, et cetera, that's not lost on faculty as well. We'd also like to thank the Board of Trustees and senior district managers, and especially Valley College President Gill and interim VPI Letitia for today's campus visit. What a fun visit. We will be sure to report back to you if Professors Vasquez and Lechuga do earn a $20,000 CTA grant to help support the botanical gardens. It's a renewable $20,000. It's an indication that CTA wants to put its money where its mouth is, on its mouth. We want to put our money there. These are the contributions that CTA wants to offer. I've been speaking about this for 9 months now. We don't just want to come here and gripe. We don't just want to come here and cast aspersions. We don't just want to ask for a raise, though we're asking for a raise. We want to make contributions in any space that we're open to. Best practices of institutional and organizational leadership is making connections with people. Taking 10 minutes to speak with the trustees, taking 10 minutes to speak with the trustee, having a phone call, speaking with the chancellor. That's what my constituents demand of me. It would be political malpractice to ignore you, not to mention to assail you. And having 9 months now, you're all nice people. Thank you, Ms. Hannon. I absolutely recognize more communications coming out of your shop, including today. It helps us land in good places. Thank you for not disciplining one of our members who just had an issue. Thank you for that. That's very human. That's grace. Thank you, Jose, for, again, participating. Jamie's going to get you to the right number. Our paths to continued progress are right in front of us, folks. Let's work together. Let's assume best intention. Let's remember that we're shared leaders. We're not managers. We're leaders. Vision. Follow through. See you next month.
Your turn is complete.
Thank you, Dr. Dembski. How about the Police Officers Association? No? We'll move on to staff reports. San Bernardino Valley College President, Dr. Contreras.
Thank you, Chair Dr. Gonzalez. Where to start? There's been so much already said, but first and foremost, Valley College is vibrant. I want to welcome our district and our Board of Trustees and say welcome home to San Bernardino Valley College. So much going on. I had the opportunity to welcome about 60 young people from Rialto Unified this morning as part of our Next Up project. I want to acknowledge and appreciate our Vice President of Student Services, Yvonne Gutierrez Sandoval, our Associate Dean, Joanne Hinojosa, for making that collaboration and welcoming those young people to San Bernardino Valley College. The entire team was out there. It's really nice to show them our care for them and teach them go Valley, Valley up. That's really nice as well. Also want to congratulate all the faculty who are in tenure tonight. That's really outstanding, so congratulations to our faculty for earning tenure. I want to acknowledge and thank our Executive Director of the Foundation, Mike Lane, for an outstanding presentation and a real demonstration of the need of our students. There's something special happening in that foundation. They're assembling a powerful team, and it's really exciting time as we are about to celebrate our gala and our 100-year anniversary and our centennial. So thank you, Mike, for all you do. $600K in scholarships is absolutely outstanding for our students. The board tour today is really a reflection of the 100 years of community and tradition, a tradition of innovation. The tradition part is teaching and learning and excellence in the classroom and exploring each of those areas and seeing faculty exude joy in their calling and seeing the students lead at that level. Absolutely outstanding, a reminder of why we're here in the community college. The innovation part is the potential and the hope of the land and what we could do to bridge those two things together. So thank you to our district partners for leading that tour, our interim vice president of instruction, the entire team, the faculty and students for the tour across our campus. Letitia Hector, sorry, I just didn't say your title, but your name as well. Our men's basketball is tipped off. It was 2-0 with 18 minutes left in the first half. So we're hanging on for that, but congratulations to Quincy Brewer. We hope to go to Mount Sac this weekend and bring home a state title in men's basketball.
Thank you, Dr. Contreras. We'll move on to the Crafton Hills College President's Report. Dr. Haran.
Good evening. I want to save the bulk of my report time to show you a video, but I want to thank you for endorsing the Classified of the Year award for Rebecca Abeta, who I'm hoping you'll get to meet when you come to Crafton next month. The video that you're about to see, you might recognize a couple people in it, is been put on by our Women's History Committee that is led by Kristen Audebert. And with that, I'm just going to let the video speak for itself. It's an 18-minute video, but you're only going to see 3 minutes.
I would tell them to be their authentic self, whether that's a mother, that's a working mom, or if it's just a working professional, and to not hide their other roles that they may have. I've often found that people are ashamed to admit that they're a working mom, or that they don't have the support, or they get judged by even other women that they've made the decision to work. And so my advice would be to be confident in whatever decision you make, and to blend those roles as much as you can.
The impact is love. The impact of women is love. Why? Because they understand what it's like to not be heard. They understand what it's like to not be appreciated in every aspect. So, yeah.
I say this to my daughter all the time. Women support women. Like, I really believe that we need to just help each other out, and just anybody in general, but sometimes it's hard when you're a mother, you're a care provider, you're a teacher, you're a professional, and it's hard to juggle multiple roles. So I really believe in just like seeing each other and just supporting each other. If you're having a bad day, be like, hey, what's up? What's going on? I think that goes a long way, just for people to know that somebody's there that cares about you and wants to see you succeed.
I'm just going to read something that really resonated with me as an adult, but definitely something that I think will resonate with the youth. Create a sacred space for your relationships by attending to them with trust, love, care, kindness, and support. When we set an intention that the energy between ourselves and someone else is compassionate, judgment-free zone, We make it possible to be loving shelters for one another. Most people in life are just looking for a safe place to be themselves. When we give that to another person and allow them to give that to us as well, it is a way of keeping each other warm, even on life's coldest days.
We can create spaces where women can thrive by standing up for each other, being there for each other, because it's not easy as a woman when you have to go before a room and be the person who doesn't agree with what the direction that we're going in whatever situation it is. It's not easy. Sometimes when you're trying to make change, as a woman, I know that, and other women know that, right? And so when there is one that is trying to make a change, when they're trying to advocate for something that they believe in, or just to have their opinions heard, right, and their ideas shared, I think it's really important to stand behind that person.
I just want us all to believe that we were created to do important and powerful work, and that this is the place where we'll get it done.
And Connie, if you're looking to recruit some talent, that video was produced by Glenn Blanco, one of our part-time faculty members at Crafton.
Thank you, Dr. Rand. Executive Vice Chancellor.
No report.
Vice Chancellor of Human Resources and Police Services.
No report.
Vice Chancellor of Educational and Student Support Services.
Ditto, no report.
All right, are there any questions or discussion on the information items presented in section 9?
No, I want to throw something out though. I don't know how far we are before we get ready to break out of here, but in honor of Women History Month, I was at a little community meeting, and I ran into a young lady that was bragging about this event that was held here at Valley when I saw the pictures. So I want to give a shout out to Fran Brasher, the Blackshear, because I had to write me something because I wanted to read it and get this absolutely right. The second annual Pacifica Reef Leadership Conference was held here in partnership with Island Grad, SBCCD, Pacifica Student Union, and San Bernardino City Unified School District EDSA Department. And I'm excited about it because it's a leadership group for students who identify specifically from the Pacific Islands, and those affinity groups matter, and they're strong, and the fact that this is happening right here at Valley is exciting. The fact that this is being honored and that we are living up to our values, and the community's abuzz about it. The smiles, the videos are absolutely fantastic. So I just want to say thank you, Gil. I don't know what all level you have to do with it. Chancellor, I don't know what all level you have to do with it, but here's what I need you to understand. It's a space that people feel connected to, and that they know they can have a sense of home right here. So to that extent, it means we're all doing our part to create a culture like that, especially for that specific demographic. So I just wanted to uplift that and say thank you to everybody. I'm sorry? You'd like to discuss item K?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah, so good evening, everyone. So I know we were hearing about all the incredible things that we're doing at our district, right? What the foundation's doing, our applied technology, and of course the tour. So there's a lot of amazing things that are happening. It's just the beginning, but one thing I want to talk tonight about is our MOU with IEHP. So thank you to Dr. Ornelas for her work and efforts in doing this. Also recognize our Chancellor Rodriguez for her vision and commitment to student success. It's evident what we're doing again, because we're really actively removing barriers that may prevent students from accessing care they need and deserve. As we know, when students do not have the access to health care, they're more likely to drop out. They struggle with academics because, you know, whether it's a mental or physical issue, your mind is not here, right? You're not focused in school. So this MOU is really trying to break down those barriers. We're not just helping students stay in school, we're investing in our future. And so, again, this is the first of its kind in California, and we're serving as a model for other institutions to really look at this. So I look forward to our ongoing collaboration with IEHP. And again, we do all of this for our students, as we've seen evident with Ms. Cynthia and her story. So again, thank you for your work on this.
Any other discussion of information items in section 9? If there's none, then at this time we will enter a closed session to discuss confidential matters that are generally stated on the agenda. Do we have any public comments for closed session items? All right, and then in that case, we will recess to our closed session. Thank you, everybody. It is 6:27, and I would like to reconvene the public meeting. Clerk Betters, do we have a readout of action in closed session?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Chair. On March 13th, 2025, the board unanimously took action to approve the settlement of claim WCCM 802228 with employee number 24979. On March 13th, 2025, the board unanimously took action to approve the release of probationary employee number 32564 as child development teacher at CHC effective March 14th, 2025. On March 13th, 2025, the board unanimously took action to approve resolution number 2025-03-13-HR01 to non-reelect employee number 30365, contract probationary professor, biological sciences at Crafton Hills College for the 25-26 academic year, and to send notice to the employee. That concludes my share out.
Thank you very much. The next meeting of the board will be the board strategy session on March 27th, 2025 at 4 p.m. in the San Bernardino Community College District Boardroom located at 550 East Hospitality Lane, Suite 200 in San Bernardino, California, 92407. The time is 6:29, and this meeting is adjourned.